now with the weather probably heating up, which means we are officially going into summer, and I want to show you my top 3 SPF and tinted moisturizer products that I've been using recently that I absolutely love. And they're all different within their own right in terms of like textures and finishes that you want as well. So I want to be able to show you these that I have been loving using and giving my honest review on them. So starting with the lightest, this is the Trinity London Skin Perfector from the BFF range, and this is a factor 30. So in terms of SPF, it's always good to make sure you go 30 or above, or 50, which is perfect. So this product is really good if you want something super lightweight that's not going to be too heavy on the skin, adds that nice glow and helps to eliminate any redness on the skin. So I'm just going to be showing you this on the back of my hand to give you a little bit of an idea. So use about 2 or 3 pumps of this, and it comes out white because it's got colour molecules that break open when you rub it into the skin. So that's what I'm going to do now, just really rub it in. And it gives a lovely dewy glow as well though, but it does really settle into the skin very quickly. So if you're someone that doesn't like anything too sticky or tacky, this is perfect. But it doesn't sit on any lines or texture as well, but it gives you that kind of makeup, no makeup look, but very natural. And it gives a lovely base as well. This is really good to use as a primer underneath your foundation. It is really beautiful. So you can see how well it's really synced into the skin very beautifully. So it gives you that lovely, beautiful glow, but very natural at the same time. So the key ingredients with this product as well, that it has hyaluronic acid, which is our moisturizing magnet, which helps to hydrate the skin throughout the day. And this has also got porcelain flower extract in this as well. So this is really good for neutralizing any red tones within the face. It gives a nice, lovely, even base to go on. So this is perfect for anybody that likes a very natural, lightweight product, that likes it sheer. But the only thing is it won't cover all of your imperfections over. So you probably need a foundation to use on top of that, or something a little bit more heavier duty. But overall, this is a really lovely product if you want something very natural, very that kind of makeup, no makeup look. The only thing I would say about this product as well, that it doesn't have a great range of darker colours. So even the dark shade is not really very dark. And I find when I've tried it on the back of my hand that it comes up a little bit grey and ashy. So if you are a little bit more of a darker or warmer tone, it probably may not be right for you. But the medium shade is really nice. But hopefully they'll be able to expand it a little bit more, so it adds a bit more diversity into the range. The next one I've been using is from the Ultraviolet Rays, and this is their Future Fuild mineral-based SPF, and it's a super lightweight one as well. It gives a bit more like a lot more of a dewier finish than the Skin Perfector. So it gives you almost that kind of, gives you that kind of glass skin kind of feel as well. And this is a 50+ one, so this is a very high broad spectrum one. So if you're someone that's got very sensitive skin and also at the same time to give you that full protection, this is a really good one to use. So with this one, this comes with a colour already with this one. So it's not like the other one where it's basically one that you have to rub in and it camouflages into that colour. So this is almost like a really natural base. So the only thing I would say with this one in particular, it only comes with one shade. So I'm hoping in the future they'll come up with a little bit more darker shades. But luckily for me, it was quite the nice shade there. So as you can see when I'm rubbing it in, it gives almost, like I said, that glass skin kind of effect as well. So it is very dewy and glossy. If you're into that, that's perfect. If you're not, then maybe this product may be not the right one for you. But in terms of it, it really goes on very beautifully as well. It gives that beautiful, lovely glass skin lit from within look. So as you can see, it's very, very glossy on the skin. It is beautiful on there as well. Really lovely. And what I like about the product as well, because it has the nozzle, you can be able to measure out the SPF. So you're supposed to have 2 finger lengths to be able to get that full protection, which is almost like 1 or 2 teaspoons that you put all over the face and neck. So that is the recommendation for SPFs. So that's what I really like about this as well, that the fact that you've got an even distribution with that one. As with a pump, you have to estimate how much that you need as well. So this product has Japanese zinc. So this is an advanced mineral-based SPF. So this is more an advanced one where it gives you full protection in terms of the UVB and most importantly the UVA. And it's also got squalene, which is really good for hydration, and vitamin E, which helps to protect our skin from free radicals. So I do really like this product. The only thing is it is quite a little bit greasy. So if you've got dry skin, that's great. If you don't, it's a little bit oily. Probably not the best one to use for you, even though the website says that it's good for oily skin. But the only thing that I would say is you have to really rub it in order to make sure it's really set into the skin as well though. But what I do is I put it on, leave it about 15 minutes before I go outside, because that is the recommendation, that you should let your SPF settle in properly before you go outside or before you put your makeup on. But if you want something that's a really beautiful glass skin kind of effect and that nice mineral based feel, this is really beautiful. And again, this is only in one shade of this, so I'm hoping eventually at a later date they'll add a few more shades to add a little bit more variety for different range of customers with different skin tones and undertones. But overall, this is really good for my skin. But as in general, for a wider range of customers, I think they'd still need a little bit of work in terms of adding a little bit more variety and more color selection for its customers. Now, I've been using this one from Merit since last summer and I absolutely love it. So this is the Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen and I absolutely love this product. I love using it as a foundation. I'm actually wearing this today because I was on a wedding, so I needed something that had a little bit more coverage, a little bit more staying power on that one. And I love this for so many reasons. So it is kind of like a medium buildable tinted moisturizer, and it goes on really lovely, and it just gives almost that satin kind of matte finish, even though it's a little bit shiny, but it's towards the end of the day. But I just love the fact that it's a really lovely buildable one. So if you are someone that wants to cover more of the imperfections on your face but still have that sun protection, this is an exceptionally really good one to use. So this one comes with a pump, so I do about a couple of pumps of this as well. So I'm just going to show you with one pump so you can see the product. It's really nice and lightweight because I always worry in case it looks a bit too thick, and just massaging it in as well. So you can start to see that it covers over a little bit more of the imperfections, especially on the back of my hand, especially with the blues and everything. But it does look a bit dewy when it goes on, but it does really settle into the skin. It gives that lovely mattifying feel, and it really sits in beautifully. The only thing is I would say with mature skin is just making sure that you're using it on quite nice and evenly, because it does sit in really nicely, but I do find sometimes it does sit in my lines a little bit as well, though, and a little bit on my texture. But with any bases, you're going to get that as well. But this is a lovely alternative to a normal sort of like thick foundation, where it still goes on nicely, but it adds that lovely, beautiful coverage as well. So as you can see on the back of my hand, it gives a lovely satin finish, but on the website, it does describe it really well, that it is almost like a velvet finish to the skin, which I think it does. It really adds that nice, lovely, beautiful finish to the skin really nicely, but it just sits in really lovely in terms of the skin, and it gives you that full coverage feel that you need if you want to hide any imperfections. So this product has zinc oxide in this, so again it gives you that proper full spectrum of protection against the sun and skin conditioning, and it's also got fine colour powder pigments in this as well, so this gives the colour a little bit more coverage and a little bit more like a medium buildable coverage. So if you're someone that wants to look for an alternative to a foundation that has a good high SPF in this as well, this is a really good one, and the fact that it's a factor 50 is always a go-to for me, and this is really good to use as an alternative foundation. So the only thing I would say is anybody that's got a little bit more lines and texture, you probably need to use less of it and then building it up as you go along. So, because otherwise you put a full whack on it, then it will show up a little bit more. But overall, to alternative to a foundation that's got an SPF in that, I do absolutely love this product. So now you've seen my top 3 tinted SPF moisturizers. Let me know which one is your favorite that I've demonstrated and which one you're most likely to buy. And remember, you can still stay sun safe with creating a lovely, fresh, radiant, glowy look on your skin. And remember, SPF is for life, not just for summer. So making sure you're keeping yourself protected, but at the same time with a lovely, beautiful glow.